Know the ledge.
Know the ledge.
Know the ledge.
Yeah. And of course, that's a play on words for knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We need to kick more knowledge. We need to be more people that look like us kicking knowledge. So that's what we trying to push here. Because some of y'all just like talking about the bullshit.
That's because they like it. So, we can't blame them for liking it. But in light of the bull spit, we're going to give you that consciousness so your brain can heal. You feel me? So listen, Sam over here, she had a very enlightening subject that she brought up, and Webb actually brought it to my attention. I had no idea. So,
healing from the inner child. Go ahead and take the lead, Sam.
A lot of us are dealing with a lot of childhood trauma, and I saw a post the other day that really kind of awakened me to understanding how to heal the inner child on a deeper level. So for example, the guy was washing dishes, right? He was acting like he was the kid. So he's like, I'm washing the dishes, and he stops and he just has like this outburst, like, you're not supposed to leave these fucking dishes in the sink, like all these dirty ass dishes in the sink. And then he stopped himself and he was like, yo, this is like the inner child of me, that discipline, that, action. And a lot of times that we don't realize is like we're acting out of behavior from, how our parents used to discipline us. So at that time, he caught himself. He was like, you know what? I'm sorry, kids. Like, that was not towards you. That's some healing that I had to do within myself. My dad used to yell at us if we left any dirty dishes in the sink. And that's something that I had to work on myself. So he's like, give me a couple minutes. Let me get myself together. And so he went into the room and he sat with that emotion. He sat with what happened at that time. And he's like, I was just a kid. And he's talking to himself. He's like, I'm just a kid. Leaving dirty dishes is not to be hit over. It's not to be yelled at. It's not to be cussed at. That really traumatized me. And so him sitting with those emotions, he was able to pinpoint where it came from in his childhood and to pretty much go back to that inner child and understand that how he felt at that time and, how it's creating this trauma in his life now because of, these traumas that he kind of just never dealt with. And, for example, like with me, I have a son, he's 8, and, my mom used to yell at me all the time when I chewed loud. Like, it was a big thing. Like, if I was hungry or something, I would be smashing, right? So she used to yell at me, and I remember how it made me feel. It made me feel like I was overweight. It made me feel like I was fat, greedy, and stuff like that. And it didn't make me feel good. But now, unconsciously, I do the same thing to my son because it's irritating. It's something that just bothers me. And even going back to, like, that inner child, I remember my mom, like, making me feel some type of way about it. And it's like I'm doing these things unconsciously, and I'm, offending him on a level of his having self-confidence, with him, feeling good about himself. He may be, going back to how I felt. So it's really just inner child work is so important on such a like divine level of healing and really dealing with these traumas, really sitting with these emotions and understanding where it all came from. So I don't know if you guys picked up, Todd, you didn't see the post, but Webb, like, what did you get from the post? How do you feel about with your inner child? Is there anything that, that you see that is a repeated behavior that you repeat from your parents?